Authorities announced that 8 individuals linked to an anomalous flood control project in Oriental Mindoro have been taken into custody. President Bongbong Marcos announces on Monday, November 24, that authorities already held several suspects in custody in connection with the case. In a video posted on social media, Marcos urges the remaining accused to surrender to authorities immediately.
Sa lahat ng natitirang akusado, ang aking payo sa inyo ay sumuko na kayo. Huwag nyo nang antayin na habul-habulin pa kayo. Mas maganda para sa sitwasyon ninyo na sumuko na kayo para maganda ang inyong pagsagot sa mga aligasyon na dinala kontra sa inyo. Sa mga nagtatangkad tumulong sa pagtatago, tandaan ninyo na kahit papaano mananagot din kayo kung kayo ay nagtatago ng isang fugitive from justice. Tuloy-tuloy po ito. Hindi kami titigil, hindi kami hihinto.
Later Monday, the Department of the Interior and Local Government, the Philippine National Police, the Department of Justice, the National Bureau of Investigation, and the Department of Public Works and Highways hold a joint press conference on the issue. The agencies show mugshots identifying the suspects in custody, including DPWH officials. At the press conference, NBI Officer in Charge Attorney Angelito Magno says Dennis Pelo Abagon from the DPWH Mimaropa office was arrested on Sunday. According to Acting PNP Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr., DPWH Mimaropa Regional Director Gerald Pacanon surrendered to the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, leading to the arrest of his 6 other co-accused. Nartates does not specify when Pacanon surrendered and when the others were arrested. Marcos announced on Friday, November 21, the issuance of the arrest warrants against resigned Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldi Co and 15 of his co-accused for the Sandigan Bayan cases. Co and the 15 others are accused of violating the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, as well as malversation of public funds through falsification of public documents in connection with a 289.5 million peso road dike project in Oriental Mindoro. Tropical depression Verbena maintains its trend as it approaches Caraga region. In its 11 a.m. bulletin on Monday, November 24, Pag-asa says Verbena was last located 205 kilometers east-southeast of Surigao City in Surigao del Norte. It carries maximum sustained winds of 45 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 55 kilometers per hour. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 is raised over several parts of the country, specifically in 5 Luzon areas, 15 areas in Visayas, and 7 areas in Mindanao. Areas under signal number 1 may expect minimal to minor threat to life and property due to strong winds. According to Pag-asa, Verbena will move generally west-northwestward throughout its passage across the central portion of the country between Monday and Tuesday, November 25. Verbena is forecast to make landfall over Caraga region Monday afternoon or evening. While Pag-asa says Verbena may intensify prior to landfall, it says the cyclone will likely cross Visayas as a tropical depression. Afterwards, Pag-asa says the cyclone will accelerate across Visayas and the northern portion of Palawan between Monday evening and Tuesday evening. It will then emerge over the West Philippine Sea on Wednesday morning, November 26, where it may reach tropical storm or severe tropical storm category. The State Weather Bureau expects Verbena to turn westward and pass north of Kalayaan Islands and exit the Philippine Area of Responsibility on Thursday, November 27. Malacanang rejects anew calls for President Bongbong Marcos to undergo a drug test to prove he is not using illegal substances. Vice President Sara Duterte urged Marcos on Sunday, November 23 to take the test, stressing that he could not refuse the challenge. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro pushes back by saying that the Vice President's father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, also did not comply with similar requests during his 6-year term. In a message to reporters, Castro questions if Vice President Duterte supposedly forgot about the previous spokesperson's statement that a sitting president can't be ordered to take a drug test. In August 2018, then presidential spokesperson Harry Roque declined former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV's challenge for Duterte and his family to undergo drug testing amid the administration's campaign against illegal drugs. The repeated calls for former President Duterte to undergo drug testing came after he admitted using marijuana to stay awake. Duterte later retracted the remarks, saying he spoke in jest. The former president also revealed using fentanyl, saying it left him on a cloud-9 high. Castro makes the statement following Vice President Duterte's remark that government officials cannot refuse requests for drug tests, neuropsychiatric tests, or other assessments of their competency to lead. Vice President Duterte also alleged that the first family used drugs. Castro says President Marcos will continue his work and pursue the corrupt. She then calls out the behavior of a person supposedly acting out of touch as if under the influence of illegal drugs. In 2021, then presidential aspirant Marcos said he underwent a drug test to put to rest speculations after former President Duterte claimed there was a cocaine user among those running for president. A drug analyst from St. Luke's Medical Center confirmed Marcos tested negative for cocaine.